Hey, this is Prey from the Art Tavern with a tutorial on how to make your own custom brushes in Photoshop. I'll be showing you 3 different brush types for now: a simple custom brush, a scattering brush, and a texture brush. So let's get started. So what you want to start off with in Photoshop is a blank canvas. Whatever information you paint on here will be your brush shape. So take note that I am painting this in black. Your brushes will be converted to black and white being transparent, and black being replaced with whatever color you select in your color palette as your foreground color. Also take note that the higher the resolution your canvas is, the higher resolution your brush will be. So when you're done, what you want to do is you want to crop your brush, and that you want to select all of your canvas by hitting Control A to select all. When you're done, go up to Edit, and in that drop down menu you want to go down to Define Brush Preset. Once you click on that, you name your brush that you want, in this case the Art Tavern brush, blah blah blah, and then hit OK. Now when you right click, your brush menu will pop up and your new brush should be at the bottom of the list. Right there, Art Tavern brush. So this is a simple brush right now. It just has a simple pattern going along the edges, as you can see. Also, if I were to select a different color, whatever was black previously will now change to that color that I selected. Now let's make a scatter brush. Here I have a leaf photo that's already been cut out and placed on a white background. I'm going to switch my image to a black and white image by doing this by hitting my hotkeys Control, Shift, Alt, and B to make it black and white. A dialog box will pop out and you have a bunch of dials that will change the different color channels, I guess, and I'm doing this in order to get the right contrast that I want. Again, black will be the color that is selected in your color palette and white will be transparent. So when I'm done, I'll be cropping this image as close as I can and hitting Control A to select all. Afterwards, I'm going to go up to Edit, Define Brush Preset, and save out my brush. Now with our new brush, we're going to click on the little brush icon to get our brush panel up. If you don't have this icon, you can also hit F5 on your keyboard. I'm not going to go over everything in this panel. I will save that for a later tutorial, but for now I'm going to go click on the little brush icon, and I'm going to select brush tip shape at the top, where you'll see a dial for spacing here. The lower the percentage number is, the closer your image repeats. The larger the number it is, the farther your brush image repeats. So I'm going to go ahead and separate these leaf images by raising that number a bit. Now I'm going to turn on scattering. The scattering dial will separate the images up and down. The count will make your brush denser by repeating the image more often, and the jitter will randomize how much is scattered. Now I'm going to go back up to Shape Dynamics. These you can mess around with to see various effects, but for now I'm going to use the size jitter to randomize the size of the leaves that scatter out, along with the angle jitter that will randomly rotate your leaves. And now we have our scattering leaf brush. This technique can be applied with multiple things, such as if you had blades of grass or something like that. So you can get different autumn effects by changing the leaf color of your brush. So let's try some orange and maybe some green if you want some summertime kind of maple leaves. So the last brush I'm going to go over is the texture brush. You'll see a lot of artists use these to create variations in surface textures in their paintings. So first I'm going to start off with taking this rock texture photo here, and I want to apply a mask on this photo by holding Control and clicking on this mask button to give me a mask that's filled with black already. Afterwards, I want to hit G as my hotkey to bring up my gradient tool, and I want to select the radial gradient, which is the round one. Then I want to make sure that my background color is transparent, and that I choose my foreground color as white. Now I drag from the center and pull outward to make a gradient circle. I'm going to repeat this a few times in order to make the center a little bit more opaque while keeping the edge around the circle transparent. Now that I have the way that I want my brush to look, I'm going to crop the edges again, making sure that the crop borders do not pass the pixels. Otherwise you're going to get a harsh edge with your brush, and I want a soft edge for this particular one. Now I want to apply my mask to my layer by right-clicking on the mask and hitting Apply Layer Mask. And again, with Control, Shift, Alt, and B, I'm changing my image to black and white and moving the dials around to get the type of contrast that I like. In fact, I'm going to then bring up my levels channel by hitting Control L to bring up my levels. And this will make my blacks blacker and my whites whiter. Now I want to Control A to select all, go up to Edit, and again go down to Define Brush Preset. I'm going to name this out, a really long name. And now with my brush preset menu, I'm going to look for that brush at the bottom of the list and test out my brush. So the reason why I wanted the soft edge of this texture brush is because now I can blend the brush over itself, and it can overlap without having a really harsh edge that you can obviously see, and you don't want that weird tiling look. So thanks for watching this tutorial. I hope it was helpful. So yeah, this is Pri from the Art Tavern, signing out.